So is this where you ask me questions, or am I supposed to just...
We came, we saw, we fucked it in the ass. Thank you,
Welcome to episode, was it 37? 37 at the Tavern.
I'm Patrick.
I'm Tyler.
We're a little late tonight from our own technical difficulties, not our guest.
And we're still having technical difficulties.
But that's okay.
That's okay. We're going to roll with it. You're just going to stare at our ugly mugs
The entire night.
The entire night.
Feel blessed. Tom is a handsome man.
It could be worse. You can still hear Tom.
I'm here. I'm here.
He's here.
He's here from Central PA Games.
So,
What are you guys doing tonight? You doing all right?
doing all right, man. Doing all right. Living the dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your latest game that you're working on?
So glad you asked this, Tom, actually, because we're about to publish a game. We wrote the rules for Plastic Green Army Men to have tactical warfare on the tabletop space. In fact, you're our lucky first person we've told about it outside the company, so guess what? You get it for free.
Awesome.
Print it off and set it up in the game cafe.
But wait, Pat. Tell them how much it is.
It's $1!
Oh my God, $1. So much fun. Doesn't include the Army Men. Oh my God. I can have so much fun for $1.
Yeah, you just need a D6, your Army Men, and the rule book, and you're golden, man.
It's a simple set of standardized rules for Plastic Army Men. Teach your friends, teach your family.
Have
Clear.
4, 5, and a 6 is a hit, and 1, 2, and 3 is a miss. Is that?
Yeah, you just got it,
You
man.
got pretty much a couple little minor things in there.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see it in the rules.
And the bazooka guy, what happens to him?
Bazooka guy.
He gets attack. He has to roll a 6.
Oh, and what happens?
He gets an AOE.
AOE, man.
Everything in the blast radius is currently dead.
I didn't. They're lucky I didn't put in the back blast, because then anyone behind it would have died too. But
Yeah, that's a whole nother level of gaming there.
yeah, I didn't feel like making it super realistic, so I didn't. But it's pretty good, man. You're gonna like it.
And we've created a backstory world for the Plastic Army Men to make it that much more in depth.
Oh, wow.
We might as well just be freaking salesmen.
Yeah, I know. Well, we are.
Well, yeah. So, getting started.
We're gonna cover our stuff first, Tom. That's what we always do.
Awesome.
First up, Rules Are Immediate is currently under construction by our live studio audience. Say hello, live studio audience, doing work.
Yo. Get back to work.
Get back to work. Secondly, it's time for the drinks of choice.
Oh, wait. You gotta put in the dip of choice. Copenhagen Wintergreen Long Cut.
Copenhagen Wintergreen Long Cut is not endorsed by every member of the Out to Tavern crew.
But if you were to choose,
But if I were to choose, it will be Copenhagen Wintergreen Long Cut.
or any other Copenhagen fine products. And of course, always enjoy your Red Bull. We like to go a little bigger. We prefer the 16 to 20 ounce cans. They give you that much more power. When you're working on those long, steamy, sweaty nights, buried in the bed under the covers, you just need that extra punch in the face. We go with our Red Bull, sir. Red Bull every time. Anyways, back
Don't
to,
get any on you.
Back to what's new with the Tavern. We have another game. It's getting ready to go to Kickstarter. What?
I was pointing at it.
Oh. It's called Steps and Stumbles.
You may remember Dustin Jeffers from a previous episode about the Tavern.
Episode 7. No. 10 or 11. Sorry.
In that range. Really early episode.
So far, we have an announcement.
We have acquired Ice Peddler, right?
Yeah,
We've acquired Ice Peddler Games to join Space Tavern Games. Therefore, we now have a game going to Kickstarter.
Yep. This one, Steps and Stumbles, will be going hot here soon.
So keep checking us out for that.
There's another game too about it's a minifig game. It's Roman gladiators fighting in the pit, so that'll be fun. Morpheus, you already talked about that last week.
We had a game sent to us today for us to look over that we might be doing from our conversation earlier.
That was today. I thought that came yesterday.
No.
I don't know.
Anyway, so there's that. The top secret game is still top secret.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah,
What fucker? Anything else?
No, I cleaned the studio.
Yeah, it was weird walking in here tonight. I was like, what the hell?
You had to wade through all the shit that was in here.
Yeah. I was like, what the shit is going on?
Oh, Spacewalker Studios has its own Twitter. We'll soon have an Instagram. We'll be updating Facebook page is also coming. We'll be updating all of those with pictures of us working on stuff. So stay connected.
And one last thing. No.
No, not at all. All right. So this is the part of the show where we move it over to Tom. Normally we would pan the camera to Tom, but we don't have a camera to pan to Tom. So Tom, tell us about yourself, man.
Cool.
We'll do this.
Yeah, I live out here in Pittsburgh. Groups around here. Include the Carlisle gamers out there that meet at the Treehouse, not too far from you guys, actually, on Franklin Street, every other Friday night.
The community center?
Yeah, well, it's a church community center there. They called the Treehouse.
Oh, yeah. All right, I know where you play. All right.
Yep. I've been gaming since I was probably a youngin'. My family played games. I had 3 older brothers, so loser got beat up, type of a thing. They started off playing a lot of old Avalon Hill war games type things, and then graduated up into miniatures, including Warhammer 40K, that kind of stuff. Did a lot of card games, Magic, the old Lord of the Rings card game back from the about the time the movie came out, and been gaming just about my whole life. Recently retired from full-time work, and going to go launch this game cafe here. Shooting for end of November, early December to open. We got a place out here in the Hamden Township called the Hamden Center. Where the Carnes and there's a movie theater there. We'll be opening right around the beginning of December. Everything falls into place. You guys ever been to a game cafe?
I was just about to say, Tom, tell us what a game cafe is.
Yeah.
All right. First game cafe I ever walked into was out in Glendale, California. I was there on a family vacation. Saw the game cafe on Kickstarter. Went and saw it. Walk in there and was just overcome. Probably 1,000, 1,200 games lining the walls. People in there sitting at tables, playing their games, eating food, enjoying each other's company, and just having a great time.
Cool.
Fantastic.
So if you think just think cafe, like a Starbucks or anything else, and the next thing you know, you got the you guys switching gears there, huh? So everybody just enjoying each other's company, and then playing in games. So typical game cafe, specialty coffee, cafe fare, sandwiches, that type of thing, and about 1,000 games that you can basically check out, play with your friends, and then check back in.
That's great. I have a question for you. When do you open?
Right around the beginning of December, depending on how long the construction takes.
That's great. So that brings me to another question, Tom. Can we host an episode of At the Tavern there one night or during the day or something?
Absolutely.
Oh, that'd be great.
Do we get a discount on coffee? Because I love coffee.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're caffeine addicted.
Caffeines, if you will.
You had to go there. I was hoping you would.
But I did.
Like,
That's what I do.
Yeah, that'd be great. And then you could co-host with us.
Absolutely. And you'd actually be able to see me.
Yeah. And I hope you carry the Army Man game.
Of course.
Excellent. You're the man, dude.
Yep.
So, so when it comes to your business model, what do you? So you're opening the game cafes. Do you have any future projects, future plans with where you want to go, where you're hoping to be ending up in like 5-10 years, that kind of thing? What's your trajectory?
Yeah, I guess my main trajectory is to get this thing launched and to get it off the ground, and see where it goes. Where it's about 1,800 square foot place. I'd like to expand that, grow it in terms of the size. Starting off again with just specialty coffees and drinks like that. Maybe open it up to some specialty beers, some other type of drinks that might be there, and enjoying each other's company.
Well, sir, you said the magic word, and that is beer. Yeah.
Specialty beer.
Specialty beers.
Actually, we're getting into brewing space beer. Honeymead.
Okay.
So if you want some, when we get there, you can carry it.
Now, I have a question about the coffee.
I have a question about the food.
I'll go first, and you add yours, and then we'll go to him. What are you growing your own coffee? Or are you importing your coffee? I really, really hope to God you're not burning your beans like Starbucks does, because that makes me so mad, and it tastes like crap.
Yeah, no, we're not a fan of Starbucks. We're actually going local. One of the things I believe is freshly roasted beans. I don't like beans that have been sitting in the grocery store for who knows how long. So we've linked up with St. Thomas Roasters up in Lingelstown. They'll deliver weekly to us, so we'll get freshly roasted beans every week. We're even going to have our own specialty blend. Trying to come up with a good gaming name for our specialty blend. So it'll be freshly roasted. There'll be mild, medium, and then heavy roast. And then we'll have an espresso bar with all the espresso drinks associated with that.
Fantastic. What type of food are you going to have?
So we're going to have some fresh baked goods. My wife is actually a baker. She's an excellent cook. So, think of your typical different things that you would find in a Starbucks, all the different muffins and croissants, biscotti, that kind of stuff. That stuff that normally goes with coffee. We'll have paninis for some sandwiches.
Yes.
Probably some quiche and soup will be available. That kind of thing.
Nice.
Bacon. You're going to have bacon. Some type of bacon. Bacon in the quiche, maybe bacon in the paninis. I don't know about bacon in the coffee. We'll have to see.
Yes, please. I'll eat a bacon wrapped bacon panini all day long. So, what's the address?
I don't have the address right here in front of me. It's going to be right next to the UPS store. It's Hamden Center, right on the Carlisle Pike.
Okay, all right.
Five Guys is?
Yeah.
Yep, in that shopping complex.
Got it. I'm excited.
Nice. Yeah, for any
viewers who don't realize it, we are actually, like 15 minutes from each other, Tom, right?
Right.
Yeah, so this is actually our first guest that's been in Pennsylvania, and just who so happens to be like 15, 20 minutes away. Awesome stuff. Yeah, that's great, man. So, projected opening in December. Fantastic. We are excited.
Yep, I'm excited too. Been looking forward to this. I've been actually looking for the place for over a year. So finally landed on the right spot there in July. Pretty heavy traffic there, right on the Carlisle Pike. Good lease agreement right now, and so just trying to line up the contractors to do the build out.
Cool. I'm very excited to check this out. But I mean, the royal I'm.
We goose.
Yeah. So Tom,
You said you played Warhammer 40K.
Yep.
Who'd you play as?
Well, let's see. I started out as a Templar, Black Templars, and then went to Tau.
I like the Tau.
All right.
I like the Tau. He doesn't like the Tau.
No, I like the Space Wolves.
Okay.
So have you done any game designing, game developing? Do you plan to have that kind of thing going on inside of your game cafe?
Yeah, we're actually one of the things I want to do is host a lot of events, and to include reaching out to Unpub. Are you guys familiar with Unpub?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've gone to a couple of their events here in Pennsylvania and Maryland, just experience that whole thing. And we certainly want to have an Unpub event at least once a year at the game cafe.
That's awesome.
Very rad. What about classes? Plan on doing any classes or anything like that?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. What do you think would be types of classes that would be interesting?
Like some basic game design stuff,
Lore development,
lore developing,
mechanics. I'm really good at mechanics.
that kind of thing, stuff like that.
If you need some guys to help or whatever, just hit us up, man.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Is there anything we haven't touched on that you want to plug in here? Anything? Anything?
You want to shed some light on?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, local game designer Rob Maddox. I was telling you, he's got the Hope City game on Kickstarter right now. Great cooperative game, saving a city from the decline into something like what Detroit went into. You have little bad meeples out there that are corrupting the city. You cooperate with the other players. You each are playing a different role, from the mayor to the doctor to the coach to the park ranger, and then you try and turn the city around before you guys start breaking bad. Every turn there's a potential you can get a little bit corrupted, and then you can actually turn and start hurting the city as much as helping the city. So great mechanics in the game. Kind of has that element of somebody's going to go bad. You just don't know who. It could be you. And then when it turns bad, it gets bad. And then the whole cooperative nature of the game starts to crumble as you try and recover yourself from breaking bad. It's really bad when the mayor breaks bad. That happened one of the times I was playing the game with Rob. So that, and the other plug I would say is the local gaming groups. I already mentioned the gaming group that meets out there in Carlisle. There's a couple other ones that are out on Meetup. I'd encourage people to go on to Meetup and check out the other gaming groups that meet in the local area.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Can you hook us up with the guys who are having that Kickstarter? We'll have them on the show next week.
Yeah, I already sent them an email and invited him to obviously listen in. I don't know if he's listening in tonight, but I invited him to listen in, and I mentioned that you wanted to have him in next week if possible.
Word. All right.
Yeah. So, for anybody watching, if you want to get involved in the next part of the show, which is the news, hit us up at hashtag Space Tavern Games or tweet us at Space Tavern HQ. And we can answer questions or take your comments, whatever. So, to get started, one second.
You do.
I'm logging into my Twitter. There we go. All right. So, the first bit of news we got. Wolf and Hound is now on Kickstarter. It's our good friend Dan.
Yeah, Dan was on here a couple weeks ago.
Good brah. He's up on Kickstarter now. The game's really cool, really simple. It's translated from a foreign designer. It's EU friendly. So go check it out.
Nice.
Yeah, a perfect place for a burp. So yeah, go check it out. Next up, we've got Road to Infamy. I pulled this game up. It looks pretty cool. The game's blurb is: you're the head of a crime family in the city. Everyone wants to be in control of the most lucrative areas and businesses, but there's only so many good gangsters to go around. Players make bids on the black market to recruit such gangsters, acquire the best illegal interns, and bribe the cops to look the other way when it comes to your operation. Gotta love me a good underground mob game.
I love mob games.
So check that out. It's called Road to Infamy. It's on Kickstarter now, I believe. Yes, it is. This I pulled up. I don't know what it's for, but it looks really cool. Bushido. This is for Bushido. Wave 26 of Bushido.
Yeah, sorry.
I want to share this because they're showing the miniatures and it looks really freaking cool. That's not what I want. This one. Here's the miniatures that they're releasing. That looks rad.
So, yeah. Tom, feel free to interject, man.
That's a pretty cool looking miniature, actually. I did some painting in my day. That's a nice one.
I hate painting.
I know he does. You don't have the patience for painting.
No, I don't have patience for anything. It's on my shoulder.
Even then.
Fuck you said.
Sometimes your kids drive you nuts.
Yeah, that's true.
We have a new game called Scythe. It is now out on Kickstarter. So it comes from Stone Mayer Games.
Let me guess, you have a giant scythe and you go around to capture.
In the game, various factions in an alternate history in 1920s Eastern Europe are competing for control of the territory around a mysterious factory. Take charge of one of these nations and increase your productivity, deploy your mechs, and recruit more people to your side.
You got mechs in the 1920s?
It's an alternate history 1920s. The Roaring 20s, where they had giant walking mechs and killed each other.
Yeah, probably used
the Roaring 20s, duh.
Tesla probably helped them out.
You guys
go ahead.
Steampunk? You guys like any steampunk type games?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes.
That's what just made me think of it. That's the alternate universe he was talking about in the 1920s. Steampunk is a little bit older than now, obviously 1800s, but I enjoy some of those steampunk games.
Next up, I don't know if we've ever talked about this before, but there's apparently a Batman miniatures game out there in the world.
I need it.
These releases. Let's see. There is no Batman mini yet.
I know, right?
But there is Arkham Knight, Talia al Ghul, Scarecrow, Militia Brutes, the Wonderland Gang, Tokens and Terrain. They're night models. So yeah, check it out. Batman miniatures game, which is freaking cool. Cool idea. Fantasy Flight has announced a new expansion for Dark Heresy, the role-playing game, called Enemies Beyond.
I bet that has like another 10 million pages of rules.
And meanwhile, Games Workshop's over there just like...
Yeah. Yeah.
This book lets you become part of the Ordo Malleus and take on various demons of the warp in your quest to save the Empire of Man.
Oh, become a Grey Knight, though. That'd be sick.
In reality, and all of reality from being overrun. Your victories will never be sung about in the streets, as the majority of humanity must never know what the warp really is, lest they go mad. But you still must do your job. For what you must study in order to stay ahead, you must be branded. You would be branded a heretic in any other part of civilization, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Your soul certainly won't be shredded and consumed forever and be tormented for all eternity. Right?
Right.
I've read some hilarious
Perils of the Warp stories.
Yeah,
They're my favorite
Perils of the
thing.
Warp stories.
Oh my god!
And love it when they go on like a space hulk and the dude like tries to interrogate someone and accidentally opens a portal to the warp. And
I think my favorite Perils of the Warp was Psyker was trying to interrogate somebody.
Yeah,
and get inside their mind. Rolls Peril of the Warp, turns into a Chaos Demon. Not just any demon, a Demon Lord.
No.
Talk about some mega Perils of the Warp right there. Not only are you a demon, you're now Demon Lord.
Yeah.
You have no more control over yourself.
Sucks to be you, Psyker.
This
Guess your binding with the Emperor went wrong.
Casual Game Insider magazine now has a fall 2015 issue. Oh, excuse me.
When do they publish? Like quarterly?
I don't know.
So you said fall 2015, so I assume quarterly.
It's number 13, so I imagine quarterly. Let's see. This issue has articles talking about the new fad that is board game cafes. So here's one for you.
I'm tuned in.
This one is it's an article. It's called Casual Game Insider. Talks about the new fad that is board gaming cafes. Look back at the convention that was Gen Con 2015, the difficulties of changing names with variants and universal mutators, and a feature about how Bananagrams went and sold 6.5 million copies. You could make $1 for each of those.
God damn it. Yeah. Takes all kinds.
Man. There's a new wave coming out, or new reinforcement packs out for Imperial Assault. You've got one for each faction. You got a Stormtroopers, a Wookiees, and a Hired Guns pack. And it doesn't say which comes in each one, but there's new ones. Save that. Here's a game that you wouldn't think is actually what it is. It's called the Ginger Wars, but it's not about ginger
Soulless
people. You play as gingerbread men. To win, players must acquire enough pieces of their opponents in order to create a new gingerbread person. Play special ability cards to attack and defend. Need to get that part of your opponent, or need to get that part that your opponent doesn't have themselves, but they have claimed from someone else. Stealing is not far out of the question. So the whole point is to steal other parts of your other players.
What made somebody think of that?
You know,
It actually sounds like fun to me.
it just launched on Kickstarter. It's called the Ginger Wars. I recommend checking it out.
Yeah, I check that out.
This one's for Pat. There's a new guest artist edition of Munchkin Cthulhu.
Yeah. I love Cthulhu-themed games.
I love Cthulhu too, but
Pat hates Steve Jackson.
motherfucker,
Ah, okay.
I hate Munchkin. God damn it.
He's tired. It's like every other week we get a new Munchkin set or a guest artist edition. So the last thing I have on here is something that makes me a little upset, actually, considering we posted about ours last week. There's a game out called Young Wizards. It's a kid-friendly, family-friendly RPG game.
Swear to God.
What the hell's that? Let's see. The game uses cards for pretty much all aspects of the game, so at least that's different. Each player has a deck of cards that use for their spells, equipment, and other things the character race. This deck will grow and change as the character levels and learn new things. Enemies also represented by a deck of cards, so it's really easy.
Dude, that's nothing like what we're doing. Don't worry about it.
No, but it's a family-friendly RPG, which we're doing.
Ours isn't. That's not RPG. That's a card game.
That's also an RPG.
Whatever, man. Ours is an RPG in the purest RPG sense.
I don't know what you're working
It's on Kickstarter. We'll probably check it out, and if anybody wants to check it out, further ado. Yeah. So. Oh, Pat, what's on your mind? How you feeling? How you doing?
Just fucking money prick machine, asshole.
You want that money machine, don't you?
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Who doesn't want that money machine?
I'm with you. I want that money machine.
Who doesn't want that money machine, man?
Wow, we flew.
Oh no, I'm pretty excited about the Army Man game though.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, I grew up playing Army Man. I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about.
It's gonna be a good time.
We're putting the finishing touches on it now, so
We're getting it formatted and ready to go for e-publishing.
The earliest is going to be Friday. The latest is going to be Monday.
It'll be available.
So
just formatting everything, putting words on things, and making things look like things, and taking photos of things, and putting those photos into things. And
do you guys have a brainstorming session to come up with these ideas, or where do you get them from?
So
individually,
I forget what episode we demonstrated the brainstorming session on.
yeah,
but usually it'll look like this. I'll turn to him, Pat, I have this idea, and he'll look at me and be like, okay, I'll listen to your idea, and then I'll say my idea, all the parts I have of it, and he'll tell me it's either good, bad, and then he'll add to it, and then we just kind of build from there, and eventually we have a game.
Great.
Or it goes the other way.
Or we'll each be doing something like, I think the idea for the standardized army men, I literally just was like walking somewhere and I texted it to you.
Yeah, you were doing something.
I was at one of my jobs, and there were plastic army men sitting on the shelf, and I was like, there's not a set of standardized rules for these, so let me get that going. So sent it to him. He pounded out the rules, and
in 2 hours.
I came up with the background world story thing, and we're going from there.
All right.
So that's what we got.
Yeah.
We plotted through this really well. Tom, we'll have to have you on again when we can see you.
Either when you have your inaugural opening, we can come in and broadcast, or we can try to get you back on here another time too, or both.
Right. Or I can come to you even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be rad. So, hey man, any final closing thoughts?
Oh wait, the questions we ask.
Oh,
so you've played RPGs, right? Like D&D.
Oh yeah.
Give us some of your favorite, funniest deaths that have ever occurred.
Funniest what?
Death.
Oh, death. Okay. All right. I had a fighter. His name was Segoy, and we were going in with the party. We were out on an island, and we were going into a room where supposedly the big boss was supposed to be. We had an impetuous thief who wanted to go in first. I think it was like level 5, level 6, something like that. Picked the lock, opened up the door perfectly. The big plan was for him to sneak around the other side of the boss. Assuming that the boss was in this room, we pretty much had guessed that this is where the big boss was. It was supposed to be a Dragonkin king or lord that we were supposed to take down for this city that had hired us to go in there. So he walks in. Apparently, he appears undetected. Sneaks around to the backside of the Dragonkin, thinking that we had this thing licked. And just as he was about to come up and do away with the Dragonkin, he was totally detected the whole time. And this huge pot of flaming oil dumps on him just as he's about to take out the bad guy. So it was kind of a fait accompli. The GM let him sneak all the way up, right up behind him, and then killed him, did him away.
Oh, man.
That's rough.
That's terrible. All right, give us a day in the life of a guy who's about to own a tabletop gaming cafe.
All right, so work all day, come home at night. I'm usually trying to put either some of the financials together or trying to make some final coordination for, electricians and plumbers and those people to come out and check the space out. checking out the lease agreement with the lawyers or the accountants. The business plan is done and back from the accountants and from the game trade industry advisor that I had. Then usually making out a list of things for the next day to do, whether it's calling distributors, food merchants, looking on restaurantsupply.com for different supplies that I need and ordering them, and then syncing that up with the electrician or the plumber, whoever needs to put it in. That's it.
Word.
Yep. And then lots of gaming in between all that, as much as I can.
As everyone should.
Yep.
So, all right, man. Thanks for coming on.
Hang tight after the show closes.
Okay.
Yeah, this has been
Episode 37.
37. That Tavern. You're really gonna come up with like a sign off or something. So like, I don't know, come up with something. Yeah. So we'll see you next week.
The first thing that came to my mouth.
We'll see you next week. I'm Tyler.
I'm Patrick.
He's the studio audience.
Booyah.
So yeah.
That was Tom.
That was Tom.
Yep, Tom.